Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. We're back with Endless Legend. Let's load up our game. Turn 52 with the Ardent Mages. We lost a city on our last episode. And it would be nice to get it back, but I think the more important goal is to build up our military to the point where a force such as the one that captured Uarden, which I think it was the city of Uarden, no longer poses that kind of threat to us. It was the necrophages who attacked us, and it's my understanding now that diplomacy is functionally useless against the necrophages because of their abhorrent, diseased, insectoid nature. So that's part of their faction's mechanic, that they will not accept invitations for alliances or really negotiate in any way. So, all right. Back at our city of Angrian. And, yep, Davenor is still ours, but they did capture Uarden, so it's now in the fog of war. And our main quest right now, our faction quest, is called A Trail Gone Cold, and the objective of this quest is to make a new city the laboratory of your growing empire. Colonize a new region, excuse me, settling in an area providing at least 10 science at the city's founding, for which we will receive exotic alloys. There's more to weapons than the alloys. Certain blacksmiths gifted with arcane powers can use dust to forge titanium and glass steel into stronger, sharper blades. Very interesting. So where are we at this turn? Our military is... well, let's just take a look at our military page. We have no armies. We lost them all in that fight against the siege at Uarden. We have 2 heroes, but they're both disabled for 8 and 10 turns respectively, for Zarka and Leofric, and we won't be able to use them for that many turns. So what's our immediate goal? A fast buildup of garrison in probably both of these cities. We're creating in our Puja at Davenor, which is a flying unit. It has an infinite turn count on its construction. I wonder if that means that we simply always produce these once we add them to the queue. I'm honestly not sure. However, I think it's a good idea to build at least one of each kind of unit in each city, just to bolster looks like I accidentally clicked. Yeah, I clicked Warlock instead of Zealot that time. We're going to bolster our city garrison with some extra soldiers. And we'll put an extra Zealot in each one too, I guess. Excuse me, extra Warlock. 2 Warlocks, a Zealot, our Puja, to go with the military. Zealot, Zealot, Warlock. Okay, so that's fine for now. By the time those armies start to mature a little bit, hopefully our heroes will be back too, and we can station a hero with each army. We need to also, however, make our armies stronger in terms of technology. So let's go to our research page. What can we do for our military? Right now we're researching meritocratic promotion, which gives us extra army slots, which means instead of each army containing only 4 units, we can now contain 6 units. It also increases our garrison unit slots and increases the cost of army upkeep. It also gives us an extra accessory slot on units, so we can arm them or armor them a little bit better. Then we're researching the Ineko Wing, which is a flying unit Citizen armies might be a good thing to do, which just strengthens our cities in terms of siege warfare. The Dust Purifier increases magic spells, and we do use magic a lot as the Ardent Mages. So I'm thinking we will probably try and research all of those Era 2 military technologies. It might even be a good idea... Actually, you know what? We did research pretty much 2 out of the 3 in Era 1. We might want to queue up this one too. I just foresee this whole game starting to focus on the military aspect, because we are right next to the necrophages and they are becoming more aggressive. So that's just something we'll have to stay on top of. And so we're researching, we're creating more armies, we're waiting for our heroes to recover. What else can we do? What else is a good idea? Well, do we have any scout units? No, because our armies are destroyed. But it would be good. Let's turn on Fidzy. It'd be a good idea to found a city in a new region where we can immediately obtain 10 science to advance our main quest. I don't know if that'll happen this episode, but it's a good idea to be on the lookout for an area with potentially more yield in terms of science. There isn't a whole lot from what I can see here. Obviously, we're just looking for the blue, the hexes with blue science yield. Immediately next to me, there's not a whole lot. There's some up here. In fact, this region is yielding 2 science per hex. If we were to plant a city right in this hex right here, if there's not already one there, that would be just about perfect. We can cross water now. We have researched the appropriate technologies for that. So we might have to create a unit to colonize that area. So let's create a settler. It's going to be a while before it's done, but let's have it in the pipeline. 20 turns. That might be, you know, as far as this episode takes us in terms of goals. So we're creating more army units. We're researching stronger military technologies. We're creating a settler so we can advance our new Trail Gone Cold quest. That's our immediate priorities. I think the next priority, once we have a strong military with some new units and some stronger base units, trying to advance back into Ardent and take back that city. But that, again, that may not happen this turn. Let's end this turn and hope that winter ends. Glimpse of a new era. Thanks to the scientific progress of another empire, new legendary building and deeds are available and ready to complete, but you must be fast. Only one empire will be able to achieve each one of them and receive the benefits. Pragmatic scientist. Be the first to build a legendary building in order to benefit from its unique effects. Other empires will get a refund. It's an expansion for a city, the Alchemic Institute. Interesting. Legendary building constructed. Another empire succeeded in erecting the legendary building, the Industrial Megapole. The fame and effects of the building will not be yours. Well, that's too bad. It is still winter. We didn't get a season change there. I'm curious. You have a Glory of Empire building here. I wonder if it might not be more worthwhile to build it in Davenor. Takes 17 turns at this city because its industrial yield is so much lower. But we're building fewer things. I'm going to remove the Arpuja from the queue. I just realized that infinite turns just means it's never going to be constructed. I am not a smart man. Okay. Most likely because of the province we lost last turn. Okay, let's start building the Glory of Empire. 40 turns. It'll be a while before we see that mature. Without any units to move around the map, we're pretty much in a state of just constructing, just patience. We did get a season change, so that's good. Empire Mint is done in Davenor. Summer's returned. And I think there's literally nothing else going on. Let's do a quick overview of what's going on here. We have a 56% Empire approval. We probably lost some due to the siege in the last episode. But the Empire is generally content. Can we assimilate anything? We can assimilate for 15 influence, the Saratan. I think we will do that. There's no reason not to. We now can create Driders. And I think the Necrophages had some of that unit too, so maybe we can fight fire with fire a little bit there. We are generating a lot of influence points too. On our city list, we're building borough streets at Angrin, our capital, and Davenor we're working on the Warlock. I don't have any faction to assimilate in my home province. Research is going fine. Quests are, well, we'll just have to wait on that. 6 and 8 turns for our heroes to come back. Again, no armies. Diplomacy, we are at war with the Necrophages, as we probably will be for a long time. The Angritad, the Draken faction, are mocking of us, which is too bad. I wonder if there's any way we could really start to influence them favorably towards us? Let's see. If we can get their declaration of war, well, the contract will be refused. So there's not a whole lot of point in doing this. Let's remove this and let's just give them a nice gesture. Let's just give them something. Share technology, but they probably have that. Let's share with them one of our luxury resources. Let's give them our Palladian. Like they took it. We'll just see if that influences them down the road. And it's the marketplace. I don't really have the dust to be thinking about hiring soldiers at this point, but maybe that's a good goal to work towards. Now that we have so much influence points, maybe we throw another citizen in each of our cities at dust production and just try and increase that a little bit. We've got 1 and 2 turns each respectively for these cities to produce even more population, so we can stockpile some dust while we're waiting for our current army production to mature. And I think once that's done, once that we have those units, maybe we'll be able to afford a few special units or even an extra hero to sort of bolster those armies. We will end our turn again. Oh, snap. Our city is under siege, just like that. And it's just militia versus 2 centaurs, a level 2 centaur and a level 2 necrodrone. Well, this is not going to go well. This might be the beginning of the end even, because I am so many turns away from being ready to put up any kind of fight that they may just steamroll us. We'll spectate the battle in a defensive position, but I'm not confident that this is going to go well. Where are you guys going? You gotta help me. We have high ground, which is nice. Alright, so we took out the centaurs. My dog is sneezing. Draw. We lost a militia, they lost a centaur. City is still under siege, which is quite annoying. Not a lot to be done there. Population of Davenor has grown. We need to put someone on food production, so we are at least netting some profit in terms of food. Otherwise, we're taking a loss, and our city will... Of course, we're under siege, so I'm sure that has something to do with it, but tricky situation. 1 turn till Angren has a new one. New population member. I guess we just end our turn. Probably have another fight here. Religious fervor, believing that Auriga anomalies are signs of the god's blessings, a new cult generates influence from anomalies. +4 influence on terrain with anomaly. Interesting. Construction of Burrow Streets is complete. Next, we're working on an Ateshi Zealot. Legendary deed no longer attainable. Master of Markets. That's okay. Alright, we have our battle against the Necrodrones. We will do defensive, and we may as well spectate it. I can't say my heart would really be in the strategy. We don't have high ground anymore, so this could go poorly. Oh yes, very poorly. There goes Davenor. Lost another one. That sucks. Well, no longer have control over the Sertan. Oh shoot, and there's a roving clan here. Roaming army of Burdeki. Well, we could create the Ateshi Zealot now for 111. So I bought out a Zealot and a Warlock. Those will be ready next turn. So hopefully we'll be able to put up a little bit more of a fight next time. Ingrid has more population now. I think we keep them at working on our dust production. We'll end our turn. That roaming army may not prove to be a threat, and it looks like they don't. We'll end our turn once again. We're basically back to where we started in terms of empire expansion. We're back at the beginning of the game. Militia in Angren has leveled up, which is very nice. A little bit stronger. So we've got 3 militia and 2 basic units here to withstand our next siege. What else do we construct? I guess our research we were working on. Well, we're 7 turns away from meritocratic promotion being done, and then we get to research in Equa Wings. So new units are quite a ways away. I suppose we just tough it out. I might be doomed at this point. Might just be doomed. Zealot's done. We have our settler coming up next. Oh yeah, settler. So maybe we can get as far as settling in that very science-y peninsula to the northwest. Alright. Got a buddy playing Dark Souls 3. Good on you, sir. Four turns till my settler's done. Can I last 4 turns? The jury is out. Influence on anomalies returns to normal. Oh, I was afraid that that roaming army was gonna try and wreck my stuff, but hero recovered. Excellent. Let's just inspect you quick and see what you got. We don't have any. We don't have a tier 2 weapon. Mage wand. What are you currently using? Quarterstaff. Plus 12 attack on unit. Plus 12 attack on unit. Plus 18 attack on unit. I think we use the quarterstaff. The great quarterstaff. So it's a 2-handed weapon, so our other weapon slot is occupied now. That's okay. Let's take a look at armor. Tier 2 helm. Tier 2 cuirass. Tier 2 leg armor. Skill tree. Nothing to apply there. Alright, looking good. I'm wondering if I lost my other hero. No, I did not. When I lost Davenor. But it looks like I did not. So that's good. Empire plan development. We do have quite a lot of empire. Let's push a lot of those points into military. Economy. Empire. I guess we just do the whole thing. Do everything. And end our turn. Roaming armies are not encouraging. Alright, there's another army coming up to siege Angren. So this could be the last battle. This could be the final nail in the coffin if they come up with an army strong enough to withstand what little army I have left. Let's assign to our city. Might have been a mistake to do that because I don't have an active army. But I believe a governor hero still functions in a military way if the city goes under siege. I guess we'll find out. Meritocratic promotion is done. Yay. Nequa Wing is next. Settler is done. Let's activate our resource boosters. And let's activate a pillar, I guess. Right here. And a pillar of speed, which isn't going to make a whole lot of a difference, but we may as well. Okay. Made the game happy by activating some pillars. And Duke Leofric is done. Let's inspect him, get him some better gear. Anything tier 2 that he can be using. His iron sword does 9 damage. His spear does 18, so I think we give him the spear. So no shield for you, sir. And then new armor. Talisman, improved movement, improved vision. We give him both. We can. But that costs too much in terms of dust. So we give him the one that has improved vision and sharp sense. Get him all ready to go. Oh, and we have to assign him. Can't assign him to Angren, but we can create an army on a city. And there we go. But he is the only unit in that army currently. Create an army and join him. To Leofric's army. Very good. Okay. How are we doing on research? We got 3 turns till the Nequa Wing is done. I think we can end our turn now and be reasonably certain that Angren, as our last stronghold, is reasonably ready. As reasonably ready as we can make it. Let's create another warlock. Another 2 warlocks. Just in case we can live for 3 turns. Let the battle begin. They're not attacking just yet. They have 2 foragers, 2 necrodrones, and a centaur. I have a hero, 2 warlocks, a zealot, and a settler. I'm actually going to if I can, move that settler to my city. I'm not sure what exactly I was thinking, adding it to an army. Not very useful to fight and too valuable to have in a pitched battle like that. Let's end our turn once more. They're not really attacking, it looks like, just sort of patrolling. Population's grown. Generating 108 dust per turn. That's awesome, actually. Five turns till our next population increase. 1 turn until our next warlock is done. Let's end our turn. We'll be able to create our new unit pretty soon. Winter has started. Hopefully that obstructs our enemies' ability to siege us. The Nekwa Wing is done. Open Pit Mine is next. Let's start making some Nekwa Wings. Yes, winter has started. 146 life and a 78 attack. That's a pretty good unit. Let's create 3 of those. And fill out the rest of our army slots with that. Very good. No less than 4 turns till the end of winter. I'm hoping that keeps the necrophages at bay until then. And maybe I start moving out, because it looks like I'm not being harassed very much right now. I move out the settler on his own to try and colonize that other region in an area providing at least 10 science. That would be nice to get somewhat close to finishing that part of the quest. Alright, let's end the turn. Resource boosters are done. That's alright. Here come those bandits again. Imminent Empire plan. We have some influence points, although that's not my priority right now. Out of curiosity. Oh, my city is happy by 85%. I wonder how my empire is doing. Happy. Happy. That's encouraging. I wonder what I'm doing right. Okay. So I have 2 warlocks garrisoned. I'm going to create a new army from those and garrison them with this army. Five units. We might end up having 2 armies. Just fine. The new minor faction Dorgeshi. Banished after a series of feuds, the roving clan families left the life of their caravans and cities, exchanging the luxuries of merchants for the hardships of warriors. The clan's secrets of beast control were used to master the great Birdemic lizards, turning the Dorgeshi into a fearsome heavy cavalry. Interesting. So that's their little settlement up there. Alright, let's end our turn. Open Pit Mine is done. Next we'll work on military science. So they're just patrolling their own region at this point. I wonder what my assimilation conditions are, although I haven't pacified those people yet, so I can't assimilate them in any case. So which tile am I going to put these guys at? Probably the center one right here. That would provide a lot of science. Holy cow. A lot of science. However, there are enemies right there. It's a roaming army. It should be easy enough to take care of, but I can't really spare the soldiers to guard that city yet. So maybe just in the interest of advancing the quest, we just get to that tile and set up a city. Advance the quest and just kind of hope that the roving armies just steer clear while we reinforce the garrison in that city. I think that's probably the wisest way to go if we just want to move the story forward. Alright, end our turn. Really looking forward to winter being done. Looks like they're going to try and guard that area. Maybe we hang hang back for a turn and see if they move. Okay. 3 turns till our first wing unit is done. 15 turns till our next population increase, and I'm sure that's just because of our food production is so low. Not a lot else to be done, honestly. Can I move into that spot? Turn on Fidzy. I cannot. I have to go around this cliff. So they're effectively blocking me. I maybe will just stay back for a bit and not have them go anywhere, and I'll just hope that the roaming army roams out of my way. Summer's returned. That's nice. It looks like they did move a little bit. Roaming army hasn't attacked, which is encouraging, so now I'll move up here. Oh no! Oh, the Ursees. Doesn't look like there's a battle. I was certain for a second that there was going to be one. Okay, in this spot, I don't generate quite enough. So I have to wait till next turn to colonize that region. So our northwest expansion is looking pretty good. The roaming armies are making that look a little dicey, but I think we will be able to advance our quest enough to make this episode worthwhile. We haven't researched any Era 3 stuff, so our Empire plan is going to remain the same, for sure. One turn till our first wing unit is done. Let's end our turn. Equa wing is done. Let's put that unit in an army. So we now have a full army here. We might reorganize this army once we have more wing units, because those are pretty strong compared to our other soldiers. I think we'll want to primarily be using them in warfare. Let's move one spot here and colonize. And we were able to update the quest. Excellent. Found a city dedicated to scientific research. We got our exotic alloys, as a reward. Our new objective is to raise the new city's science output to 30 science. So we have expanded our empire up into Chadhun. We lost Avenor, we lost Uarden, which is a shame. Maybe we can reconquer those at some point. The necrophages are being a little formidable in that respect. But our new city, let's see what we can do to increase the science output. We're already at 24. That's a lot. Can we add a booster for that? A pillar. We can add a pillar of knowledge. Let me turn on Fidzy here. Which makes that output on that tile to 5 science. So they're now at 36. That was actually really quick. So I think if we can simply... Well, we're not producing any food. We should probably put our one unit into food so we can just work on population for that city. But that's good. We're already up to 36 science for our new city of Chadhun. Let's end the turn. Whoop, actually, let's start some construction for it. Nearly forgot. What will keep that science, that river of science flowing? Burrow would be nice. Spice extract, no. Well, let's just start with seed storage. That'll improve our food production, which is, well, yes, during summer at least we'll be able to produce 10 food. None of these tiles have food output natively, so that might be valuable. 3 turns till that's done. And there we will end our turn, which should advance our quest. One more step. Military science is done. Dust purifier's next. Pillar of speed has run its duration. Pillar of knowledge run its duration. We completed our objective to raise the city's science output to 30. Our new objective is to build Verda's Temple improvement in your new city. So, Verda's Temple. 16 turns away from completion. Hopefully, these roaming armies just stay clear. I don't think they put your cities under siege. I've never seen that in any case. So we'll just have to see. Ooh, we can also build a spice extractor, which is cool. Alright, so Verda's Temple, 16 turns. So that's going to mature in our next episode. I think, despite the loss of Davenor and the presence of more necrophages in the province of Angren, I think we're doing all right for now. In that we still have the resources to rebuild our army somewhat and expand our empire out into Chadhoon and advance our quest. So I'm relatively pleased with that. Even though we are running away a little bit from the necrophages, at least we are still able to accomplish objectives that the game is giving us. So very encouraging. And that'll do it for today's Endless Legend episode. Thanks for watching, guys. We will see you next time. Take care.